So all these bits are turned on. So for example, in this case, if we want to have to put them here, we're gonna put them like 45678.1. All right, so that's how it is. We borrowed all these bits, 25 of them. Now we have to look at this. Okay, have to look at this together, and let's see here. 100 host. Now the sum of the bits remaining. Do we have any bits remaining here? No, no bits remaining. Do we have bits remaining in this fourth octet? Yes. How many bits remaining in this fourth octet? It is 7 bits remaining in this fourth octet. What is the sum of those bits? Bam. We have to get it. The sum of the bits remaining here is 127. Is 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. This bit here, from here, all the way here are all borrowed. So they are not remaining. They are no more in the host person. They are part of the network now. So they are not there. Now this is what people have problem with. Look here. Our network address is 172.16.0.0. What is going to be your CIDR? Your prefix default, the prefix length or your default CIDR is 16 for class B, and you have borrowed 9 bits. So you are going to add 9 to 16. This gives you 25. Okay, your CIDR now changed to 25. So you are using class C, a class B IP address, and then you are using a different CIDR. That is what we call classless interdomain routing. We do not have to depend on any class. So we are doctors of no boundaries or no borders. Okay, doctors of no borders. I think it's there. Okay. All right. So our broadcast address here would be 172.16.0.2.127, simply because in this third octet there is no bit remaining for the host. They are all borrowed, so there's nothing that we can add to this 0. Okay, so that's why that 0 remains 0, because there is nothing left here. It's all borrowed. But in the fourth octet we have this borrowed. Still we have this remaining. So that's why we take that 127 and add it to the bit here, that is 0 here in the fourth octet, because in the third octet there is nothing. In the fourth octet there is something. That something is 127, and we add it to this 0 to give us that 127 right here. So our first valid IP address here is first valid IP 172.16.0.0 sorry, 0.1, and the last valid IP address is 172.16.0.126. Good, guys. So this is exactly what we're looking for. So our subnet mask is because all these bits, you can see 25 bits. So 255.255.255.128, because that bit here, that bit right here, and is the only one that is borrowed right here. You can see that. So it's 128, and our subnet max right there at 128. The next subnet network address is 192.16.0.128. It is not 0. Sorry, it is just 0. It is not going to be 127 or 0.0, but it's going to be 128, simply because this is 127. So obviously our next subnet will be 128 CIDR 25. Broadcast address here is 172.16.0.127 plus 128, because we have the sum of the remaining bits here as 127. So we're going to add it to this 128 right here. It gives us 255. So the first valid IP address here is 172.16.0.129, because we adding 1 to this 128 gives us 129. And the last valid IP address here is 172.16.0.254. So the subnet max is the same, because we're dealing with full fixed length subnet mask. So 255.255.255.128. Next subnet. I'm not going to do all the 500. I'm just going to stop at this third one, and then I'll see how you guys understood that or understand that. So the next network is, I'll guess because I don't know. Okay, let me just guess as a student. 16.1.0, simply because this is already 255, so this 0 will now change in the next subnet IP address, and the 255, because it changed this value, it changes to 0. So this is exactly what you're gonna have. So your broadcast address here is 172.16.1.127, simply because you are adding 127 throughout, because this is the values that is standing as the sum of the bits remaining. So it's the one that you have to keep dealing with. So 127, the first valid IP address here, 172.16.1.1, and the last valid IP address is 172.16.1.126. The subnet mask here is the same because it's fixed length, 255.255.255.128. So guys, that should be the last sample, and then what I will do is I'm gonna ask you guys to answer. I just gave you one question. If you watch the video carefully, I asked you to complete the 6 orders for the 8 subnets. So the next question here is, that's gonna be your assignment. Okay, you are tasked to subnet the network 172.16.0.0 sided 16 into 1000 subnets. Okay, 1000 subnets. All right, so yeah, into 1000 subnet. Now your question is subnet first 3. Okay, first 3 subnets only. Okay, now this is what you're gonna do. You are tasked to subnet the 172.16.0.0/16 into 1000 subnets. Now you know how to do that. You have to calculate and know how many bits you're going to borrow and how many bits are going to be left. Now the subnetting, you cannot subnet all the 1000 subnets, but I want you to show me the first 3. That will show me whether you understand this subnetting or not. Okay guys, I see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this other video. Bye bye.